What's up, everyone, and welcome to week 3 of the new grad PT OT salary negotiation course, the only course applying legal principles, helping PTs, OTs, PTAs, CODAs, and other healthcare professionals use these principles to get paid what you're worth. Now, this module is going to piss a lot of you off, but it's better to understand this concept sooner than later. So this module is basically under the principle that if you've never had a job before and you have no other skills, all you can rely on is reimbursement. You need to be passing boards first, so make sure you got your license or are getting your license, or you know you can pass it. And that's why you need to take boards early. Again, I've gone on multiple rants saying that schools really fuck providers by not letting you take boards early because you can lose $30,000 in income by not taking boards early. At the same time, though, you need to have that license or be prepared to pass the first time when you're applying, because that really is your strongest argument, especially if you've never had a job before and especially if you have no other skills. Now, why do you need to rely on this? Look at Part A, home health, straight Medicare. You need to understand PDGM reimbursement. If you don't understand that, you're going to get lowballed. You're also going to need to understand the prior PPS system that some payers still use and the difference between straight Medicare and the Medicare Advantage plans. Again, Medicare Advantage is more like a PPS or private insurance, and the PDGM varies based on patient severity, OASIS scoring, and outcomes. Now, if you're doing Part B, understand Part B reimbursement and outpatient. If you're doing PEDS, understand who the payer is. Is it Medicare, Medicaid? Depending on the severity of the child you're working with, it could be one or the other. It could be both, or it could be a payer that's separate from that altogether. Additionally, when it comes to workers' comp is going to pay very well because in the US, you cannot sue your employer for non-intentional torts. And because of that, there's a no-fault work comp policy. And because you can't sue your employer, they pay out through workers' comp, and that's why those rates are going to be higher. It has nothing to do with certain payers. It has to do with the legal principles of you're not suing your employer, so they're going to pay well to kind of compensate. Now, you can sue an employer for intentional torts, but that's a whole other topic, and you'll probably never actually experience intentional torts from your employer. However, you may experience that from a patient, but again, that's a whole different topic. So back to the main point. If you want to get paid well, make sure that you have the ability to get a license, or you get a license. You get that license as fast as possible. You understand the reimbursement in the setting that you're going into, because if you don't, you're going to fuck yourself. You're going to be like one of the PTs that reached out to me. They had 5 years home health experience, didn't understand any of this, and they could have easily been making twice as much money. And it's not just home health too. I've had outpatient PTs reach out to me as well, saying, oh, I really fucked myself because I never understood reimbursement, who the payers were, and I was getting less than 10% of the revenue the clinic was generating. Ideally, if you're working for somebody, you want to be getting at least 30% of that revenue. Now, some places will be transparent, some places will not be transparent. At the end of the day, though, you do not want to leave any money on the table, which is why you need to understand this, why you need to have these conversations. If an employer is not open to you having these conversations, they are not transparent, and they are probably not a good employer, and they probably want to lowball you. And that's just from over 1,000 people I've helped in many settings, not just home health. That seems to be the norm. I don't know why it's the norm, but it seems to be the norm. We need more transparency in healthcare in general. At the end of the day, what I want your main goal to be is to get paid as high as you possibly can, ideally in the setting that you enjoy. And then what you're going to do is funnel that money into a cash pay practice, into a business, into investments, into something else so you can work for a few years, have another source of income, so you can say, hey, fuck this job, I'm good. And then you can just go give someone else an opportunity and go on and live your life and scale your own business. Now, none of us went to school to be employees for 20 plus years. At least I hope not. I know I didn't. And honestly, if you do this correctly, in 2 to 5 years, you can really be set up. Now, it's going to be easier in travel, home health, cash pay. But if you do this correctly, you scale your own business, you're smart about it, you get the right investments and other things along those lines, you're going to be set up. You're going to have that second source of income or that passive income, and you're not going to need to rely on one source of income, which we saw really fucked a lot of healthcare providers during COVID, especially rehab. So you want to be secure. At the end of the day, the reason I made this course and the reason why I keep putting out content is so you guys don't get fucked. All right, I hope this module was helpful. Thank you for watching.